Hi guys, Jurassic Junkie here, and I'm ready to get my gaming on. Welcome to the Friday Night Rant. So yes, for some reason I've got a need to just do nothing but gaming today, so I've been constantly getting all my workload out of the way, but to pop over across the road and fix an old lady's computer, and then I'm free to game for just all weekend, and I'm really looking forward to it. I don't know why, I just need to game. So, before we go in, start the beer. Bear in mind, you can actually tell there that it is slightly daylight, so I'm recording this a bit early because, like I said, I want to crack on, so there's no harm in having a beer at 12 o'clock in the day, it's not an issue. So, this week we have got Lemonhead, which is a zesty, refreshing beer with lemons and ginger. So, let's see what this 4% alcohol can do to me. Oh, that's cat shit. Oh, God. Oh, God, that's lemony. Oh. Right. I was going to say I'll go downstairs and get something different, but I haven't got anything different, so yeah, Lemonhead. Give that a miss. Let's crack on then with some Nintendo news. And it's starting off with, first of all, obviously, Nintendo Wii U is now coming to Europe. We're getting it. People have got it. I've seen everyone on Facebook all excited and everything. But what I want to say is anyone that hasn't yet plugged in their Wii U and started that massive, like, 2-hour update that comes down, do not turn off your Wii while that is happening. The simple thing is obviously, as it's bringing down the actual latest firmware, the problem is if you turn off your connection at any point, or actually turn off the Wii even, it will completely brick it and you will have no Wii U whatsoever. And there's been a few reports now that people have actually in America phoned up Nintendo and says, look, it's taking really long to download, what should I do? And some fool down the phone says, just turn the Wii off. And obviously they did, boom, bricked. So what I want to do is just simply say the point, once you start that update, let it run. Even if it takes 2 days, just let it run or she will knacker your Wii U. So, cracking on. So last week I managed to talk about that somebody actually got inside the Wii U's debug menus and in doing so found Yoshi's Land, a game that Nintendo has not confirmed or denied at the moment, and luckily enough Best Buy have actually released some more Yoshi information. Take on Yoshi on an epic adventure for the Nintendo Wii U. Check out Yoshi as you've never seen him before in glorious high definition. Enjoy dual screens and control of the Wii 2. Blah, blah, blah. So yes, Best Buy have kind of actually said yes, this game is coming. Again, Nintendo's yet to say this is official, but it obviously looks like it is. It was in the Wii U menus. It's now been confirmed by Best Buy. So there you go. You've got Yoshi's Land on its way. But with the Wii U also comes confusion, which I predicted would happen from the get-go. And what it is a lot of people are actually taken to Twitter simply saying, what is the Wii U? And even Luke Plunkett from Coca 2 actually said he sat back and his wife watched the TV, looked at the Wii U advert, turned to him and says, don't we already have a Wii? So even a game article man writer, whatever you want to call him, his wife wasn't actually 100% on what it is. And people have obviously gone onto Twitter and they actually said, what is this product? And it proves there is confusion because actually just people get used to hearing the word Wii all the time. There's like Wii this, Wii Motion Plus, Wii Board and Wii Battle f***ing Sticks, I don't know. But when you chuck in the word Wii U, it kind of gets blended in with all the Wii words. So the idea would have been 10 times better for marketing to just give it a brand new name and it wouldn't confuse people. So with that said, I just stress that Microsoft, please do not actually call your Xbox Xbox because you will go down the same route. It'll actually come out saying the new Xbox is here and people will just be like, Xbox, yeah, I've got an Xbox, and they won't know that new actually means a completely different Xbox and you'll need to buy the new Xbox to actually get the new games. Whereas if you just say the word new Xbox, you think, slimline, it might be just a bit slimmer. I don't need that, I've already got an Xbox. And I know everyone that's watching this wouldn't think that way, but the point is marketing need to actually apply it to everybody. They want to capture everybody. So in doing so, don't leave a section out of people that kind of just half listen to gaming news. Call it a brand new name. Call it just Xbox 3 if you need to, but don't call it an Xbox. Bit more Lemonhead. The best way to describe it is exactly like drinking a pint just after you clean your teeth and you're like, oh, I shouldn't have done that. And I feel that every time I drink it, but I'm going to finish it because I've got it. So, continuing with the Wii news, obviously the Wii U console is out, but that means Nintendo are like, what's the best time to release a bloody another Wii? And we've now got the Wii Slimline version. Now, first of all, this is a bloody slim console in the first place. I don't need a smaller one. This has never been an issue to actually try and find space for it. If you want to talk about big things, now you've got something like that. Now that is a big thing, and it actually takes up a lot of space. So when it comes down to slimlining something like this, completely makes sense. Actually, slimlining a Wii, I don't think you need it. But the new Wii design comes completely red with a nice little black bezel in around the side, and it does look nice bit of kit. But what they've actually done is they've removed the entire Wi-Fi section of it, and as you know, you can't actually hardwire in a network port anyway. You've got no USB ports, and the GameCube compatibility has been removed, so it's a completely dumbed down, super cheap Wii. And I just don't see why many people need to buy it, because the Wii U is out. Therefore, the Wii prices are going to crash, and everyone can afford one that doesn't want to buy a Wii U. So why offer a cheaper but newer version? So to be fair, I actually think it will be cheaper to buy the original Wii than it would to buy the new one. I know this is going at $99, but come on, you can pick up a second-hand Wii a lot cheaper than that. So to be fair, I don't see the point of actually releasing it. The last thing about the Wii is months ago, there was actually showing when they was originally designing the Wii U controller, they originally did it on cardboard to actually get a feel for it, which completely makes sense. So they did that, and then the information got out into the internet, and then people are stupid. So people are like, you know what, I'm going to make my own actual cardboard controller and put it on eBay. And obviously once one person does it, everybody does it. And eBay's been completely flooded of people just putting on pieces of cardboard and selling them. And obviously some of them are going for about 99 pence, some are going up to $10. But the thing is, the internet trolls then compiled in, and one's now going for $90,000, and eBay stepped in and gone, obviously you're not going to pay for this, so they've shut down it, and now they're trying to remove them all, and it's just a massive mess, and it just proves that people are idiots. That's nothing bad about Nintendo, it just shows people are just so stupid. Because I remember many, well, I'm going to say months ago, we're talking years, probably a decade ago now actually, I decided to take a photo of a pound coin and pop it onto eBay and see how much it would sell for, and it sold for £1.50, and I just did it out of pure curiosity. But the next day I noticed that there was tons of pound coins on there, because somebody saw that and gone, you know what, I'm doing that. So it just proves, as soon as somebody does something stupid, everyone wants to have a crack. So let's move on to Microsoft. It's not getting better. It's not getting better. So first of all, rumours of the Xbox 3. I'm going to call it the 3. I don't like the Ango or whatever it's called. I'm just going to call it 3 from now on. And the rumours are the Xbox 3 will be launched in December of 2013, which kind of makes sense. We all expect it to be coming out next year, and it's always best to launch in the holiday season, great sales. So that kind of just makes sense. So we still assume at the moment E3 comes around, we're going to actually get some solid Xbox 3 information. So we shall see. But also talking about Xbox is Xbox Live, and if you're anywhere in the world, bar here, you're going to get free Xbox Live for the next 2 days. So anybody that is not willing to actually pay for an Xbox Live subscription, then fire up your Xbox, because all weekend you'll be able to get some fun, great multiplayer action out of it, because it's going to be free. But for everyone here in Europe, we don't get it. Awesome. So going from Nintendo to Microsoft over to Sony. So Sony's had a bit of a bad issue this week, and what it is the actual PlayStation 3s, for some reason there's been a bit of an issue, somebody actually coded it, and what it is the actual clocks are only set to go up to the 28th of November of this year. After it goes past that date, there's no calendar set for it, so it actually kind of crashes and starts looping on itself. This then puts a lot of power onto the CPU, and it is burning out and exploding. Now the sad thing is, it's actually claimed the life of an 18-year-old Arizona girl by the name of... That's bullshit. That's because Sony are not doing anything good or anything bad for me to talk about, so I'm going to have to make lies up about exploding PlayStations. So yeah, that's all. There's no Sony news. But what there is some EA news. So EA, who have the lovely piece of software called Origin, they want to capture everyone's information and kind of force Origin on all the games. So the other day Joe tried to download Need for Speed. Now I never noticed this because I'm kind of tied into Origin anyway, because I had an original EA account to play the Battlefield that got migrated over to Origin, so I didn't notice this. But Joe is brand new to the Xbox, and she jumped on, tried to get Need for Speed demo, and it was like, nope, you got to sign into Origin before you even get to play our demo. So she had to become a member just to be able to get a demo. So EA's always trying to actually get information on people. It's been pointed out this week that when you actually go on there and put your card details on, there's a simple option saying, would you like to remember card details? Now, if you don't tick that, it doesn't matter, because they save them card details. And somebody's contacted EA to say, can you please delete these details? And you can't. You cannot remove your card details from Origin, which is completely stupid. Now, back in the day when the PlayStation originally got hacked, That kind of frightened me, because I always see Sony, big corporation, can't be hacked, but obviously there was. Now, I'm not here to actually slate Sony on it, but the point stands that even if you have trust in a service, it could be compromised. Now, since that day, I've actually stopped buying things off Xbox Live. What I'll actually do is buy points and put the points onto the actual Xbox and then buy them that way, so I can actually keep my credit card or cash card away from Microsoft, just in case they actually fall at the hands of the hackers. Now, I would apply the same thing to actual Origin. I wouldn't want them to have my cash details. And the thing is, anyone that's already given them, you can't turn around and say, can I take them away now? So that's crap service of EA, actually keeping all the information, because it's there to potentially be hacked. Now, I know a lot of people go, well, the security, blah, blah, blah. Everyone can get hacked. We've seen the governments be hacked. It doesn't matter what you do, someone will find a way. So yeah, it would be nice if EA gave us the option to actually remove some of our details. So moving on, what I want to talk about is many times I've actually always says, you've got a voice, use your voice. You know what I mean? If you don't like something, say something. And I want to push this more than ever. Now, Game, which is a big set of game shops in the UK, have taken over a store called Game Station. I really like Game Station, don't like Game. They've kind of merged, it was owned by them anyway, but the point is now we've got plenty of game shops and I don't like them. Now, before I go any further, a lot of people actually, I know are going to say this in the comments straight away, so I'm just going to stop it straight away. I'm not saying this happens to all game shops. A lot of people will turn around and say, well, my game's quite good, and if it is, that's absolutely brilliant. But my game shops aren't good. So it simply annoyed me. And I had a few beers and I decided to actually send him a message on Facebook, which consisted of you game. And Joe says, no, don't put that. Why don't you actually write a proper intelligent letter to him and see if they respond? And they didn't respond, so I thought, you know what, I feel like I actually want to get an answer from this. So I decided to email the CEO of Game themselves. It was a very decent complaint. It was simply saying that I understand that obviously when you go into a shop, sometimes you have to tell us the new services you've got to educate us, because we're not going to know you've got a disc cleaning service, so sometimes you have to kind of tell us. That's absolutely fine. There's a fine line between actually educating somebody and shoving it down the neck, and what I was trying to put across is that I feel like every time I go into the stores, they do shove it down my neck. So I wrote this all up, sent it to the actual CEO, and within about 30 minutes got an email straight back off him, and he says, this is not acceptable, I completely understand, I'm going to pass you on to a guy called Dave, who's the actual region manager. So within about 30 minutes later, Dave was on the actual phone to me and asked me exactly what the problem was. So I relayed it back to him saying, I understand, obviously, you need to sell, and sometimes you're actually based on sales, I understand all that, but there is a difference between how I'm actually being treated and how you should be treating people. So I actually put an example to him, simply saying if I walked into a store and I was wandering around not knowing what to pick up or kind of just looking around at the bright lights, then yeah, pounce on me and simply say, would you like any help, sir? But the fact is, I go in all the time with Joe and I'm there actually talking about games and that's great, this is that, you buy that one, I'll get this one, then we can, so it's obvious I know what I'm talking about, and then boom, straight there, would you like any help, sir? So I was saying they should actually know when and when not to approach people, and he completely agreed and says the way that I've been actually treated is completely wrong. He was very apologetic, which is actually good of him, and he says that the actual two guys now at the top of Game actually are Game Station veterans and they're actually going to try and change out the way it all works. So he says he's very happy for me to actually give that feedback, and he's now actually going to, he asked me what stores was the culprits. I said the Nottingham ones, so now he's actually passed it on to the Nottingham guys, and he's going to get one of the area managers from Nottingham to actually phone me, and I can actually say which store was at fault and it's going to get fed down, which is awesome. So that just proves if you have a problem with the store, don't necessarily turn around and go, this shit. Actually tell them that this and it could actually change the way they work. So like I say, I don't know how it stands at the moment, but he says I've got his details, so if I go into a store again and I actually get that kind of service, phone him straight away, which I think is a brilliant, he's there so I can actually complain to, and I think it's really good. At the same time, if anyone does want to complain about Game, just go through the normal channels. I don't want to just jump and go, here's his number, because he might get annoyed next minute he's got 10,000 people phoning going, you store shit. Oh, that's painful. Right, so I want to plug in Humble Bundle. See, I said it right this week. Everybody points out last week I called it Humble Bumble. So yes, Humble Bundle are actually doing another offer. I said this a few weeks ago, saying that you can obviously pick the money goes to charity or it goes to developers. Absolute awesome service, but they're doing a really good one this week. So what I want to plug is that THQ are actually doing kind of a box offer at the moment, and if you actually go on and buy the package, you will be receiving Darksiders, Metro 2033, Red Faction Armageddon, Company of Heroes opposing Frongs. I'd probably say that's a typo, so I'll say opposing forces, I guess. Company of Hero, Tales of Valor, and on top of that, if you actually pay the average price, which at the moment is $5.73, which converts to £3.57, they'll actually throw in Saints Row 3 as well. So for £3.57 you get all them games and Saints Row 3, which is a ridiculously good package. And on top of all that, the money that you give them, you can actually give to the developers, give to charity, or split it and give it a bit of it. So yes, definitely go check out Humble Bundle. So the last thing I want to leave it with this week is a bit of Black Ops information. Now first of all, somebody who is awesome decided to play Black Ops for a very long time. Now to me, I can't understand when you've got these Guinness Book of World Records where some of them are stupid, just like eat 50,000 beans. Why? I don't understand. Like climbing the biggest mountain is an achievement, but actually doing these two stupid small things I can't get with. And somebody decided they wanted to do a stupid thing, and what it was is to play Call of Duty for the longest length of time, and he's actually clocked in 122 hours, which is over 5 days. Now first of all, people might be going, Jesus Christ, did he play non-stop? No, he didn't. What he could do is he could have a 10-minute break every hour, or if he wanted he could actually get all them 10-minute breaks and put them into a big hour or so and have a good nap. So he had breaks in between, because we've actually seen, I've even spoke about it, where people try to do 48-hour binges and have died. So if you try to do 122 hours without stopping, you'll be dead. So do not try that. So obviously he had little breaks, fair enough, you got to give it to him, and yes, he managed to get all the way through. And the sad thing is that not only did he play it non-stop, he only got to 37th place in the world. Now that would be really annoying, because if you've got the advantage on everyone, as soon as it comes out you're like, go play, and you just stop playing it non-stop. I would expect that when they fall asleep you've got the advantage on them, you can get a few more points in there. But no, he came in at 37th, so well done that man, who I'll probably put a picture up. You are the longest player in the world. Bet your mum's proud. But still on the Call of Duty news there is an awesome Easter egg that somebody's actually found within the Call of Duty, and what it is if you actually go onto the map, what I spoke about last week, the Nuketown, if you run around and kill every mannequin, by kill I mean shoot their heads off, you'll actually unlock some original Activision games in the middle of the map. So you can wander up, I'll put a screen up above, and you can actually play some of the classic games such as Pitfall, Kaboom, Hero and River Raid, which is a pretty sweet little Easter egg. So that leads me perfectly on to me finishing a bit more lemonade. The question of the week, and that is, what is the best Easter egg you've ever found in a computer game? And off the top of my head, I should have actually thought about this. I'm going to go with Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. When you fly on top of that massive bridge, you think you're going to find something awesome, and there's a simply sign there that says there is no Easter egg up here. So that's the only thing I can remember off the top of my head, but I'm looking forward to see what everybody else thinks. So that's me done nice and early. I'm going to pop over, fix that computer, and then just game for 2 days solid. I might even just do it non-stop and see if I do die. So thank you very much for watching, guys. Cheers. Bye.